Welcome all to today's class on International Humanitarian Law, which is the second part under Public International Law and International Human Rights Law. You could see how Public International Law is having three major parts: International Human Rights Law, International Humanitarian Law, International Criminal Law. First, we will see what is international criminal law. The principle that individuals are and can be held criminally accountable for the violation of the law of war dates back to many years. The idea of individual criminal responsibility for serious breach of international law gained ground after Second World War. The Nuremberg and the Tokyo trials set up the judges, those of German and Japanese military leaders accused of serious crime during the war. What is IHL? It has been developed separately from international human rights law and also called as law of armed conflict or law of war. It regulates the conduct of warfare. Most of the applicable rules are to be found in the 4 Geneva Convention 1949 and the 2 Additional Protocols 1977. We will now see what is international human rights law, humanitarian law and criminal law. International humanitarian law is one of the oldest branch of public international law. Regulates the conduct of parties to a conflict, hostilities and protection of categories of persons, civilians or civilian objects. The international criminal law is blend of legal principles with different nature, goals, content, methods, subjects and provides for individual responsibility for serious crimes of international concern. When you see the history and emergence of IHL, war has always been regulated. First is the medieval crusades, second is the 19th century and regulation based on unilateral decisions made by nations or parties in conflict. Third one, modern law on armed conflict, Hague regulations and Geneva regulations. First, when you see the main sources of international humanitarian law, it is the Geneva Convention in 1949 and the Additional Protocols 1977. Next, if you see agreements on use of weapons and military tactics and protect certain categories of people and goods, you could see the various conventions that was existing during that period. Here, one could see how these have contributed to the law of conflict. In the medieval crusades applied to only knights and crusaders, the ancient China attack, the Simon Bolivar's contribution, the Andrews Bellows contribution and in 19th century the sporadic and unsystematic protection of civilian population and victims, because various places war was taking place simultaneously, internal disturbances of various nature was taking place simultaneously, which all contributed during the 19th century, earlier 19th century. 1863, Abraham Lincoln was a person who wanted to have a close study and bring into a combined or a coordinated form and to analyze these disturbances. Next, if you see the Battle of Solferino 1859 and in 1907 the modern law of armed conflict began to develop around two intimately related traditions: the Hague regulations, which regulate the use of force and hostilities, and the Geneva regulation, which seeks to alleviate combatants' suffering and to protect civil population affected by the conflict. So the main aim for all this was to protect the civilian population and their civilian objects. Basic principle of international criminal law: relatively new legal discipline composed of legal regulations that derive from international law and domestic criminal law. The complementary between international and domestic criminal system makes legal discipline in its character, source, method, themes and content. International criminal law seeks a balance between national sovereignty and need to regulate the multifaceted relations and interest among states and interest of international community. When you see the basic principles of international criminal law, it is the branch of law that gives force to the prosecution of violation of international law, of human rights and international humanitarian law. The three branches such as IHR, IHL and ICL are interconnected and mutually reinforce each other. When you see the sources, IHL Article 38(1) of the ICJ statute talks about it. So there are four things which to be considered: the conventions, the customs, the courts, the articles and publication. When you see international criminal law, it is the international conventions, customary law, jurisprudence of international tribunals and general principles followed by nations. One could understand from this figure that 1864 Geneva Convention, where 1868 St. Petersburg Declaration, 1899 and 1907 Hague Convention contributed a lot. In 1929 Geneva Convention and 1949 Geneva Convention played a vital role in understanding international humanitarian law. The additional protocol 1 to 3 also contributed towards understanding the humanitarian law. Application of international criminal law. When you see the requirements, it is ration personae, ration materiae, the responsibility arising from the criminal act established by international and rules of procedure and international law of domestic law that incorporate a minimum of rights of the accused, the application of punishment involving both international and domestic mechanism, completion of punishment corresponds national legal system, and the types of cooperation is the same for international and national. When you see the regulation of ICL, more than 270 international treaties regulate international criminal law. First, if you see the Rome Statute 1998, where the Convention Against Torture was taken care. Next, if you see the statute of the ad hoc tribunals like the Yugoslavia 1993 and the Rwanda 1994, Tokyo Proclamation for the establishment of military tribunal in Far East, next Genocide Convention 1948, 1946 United Nations General Assembly Resolution 95/1, Document A64 Additional Protocol 1 on the Nuremberg Tribunal were all an examples. When you see application of international humanitarian law, it applies only to the armed conflict, not to the internal tension or disturbances such as isolated act of violence. The law applies only once a conflict has begun and then equally to all sides regardless who have started the fight. International armed conflict are those in which at least two states are involved.